Wavelength. Awesome. All right, number 2, what did you guys say? It was the trough. Good. Okay. Number 3 was the one that was different, right? It's not one that we put in our notes. It will not be quizzed over, but it is called your amplitude. That is the height of the wave. Okay. Excuse me. And then we have our number 4, which is the what? Crest. And I'm going to cross out number 5. I get that you only have frequency left, but I don't get the picture. So we're going to just ignore that one, all right? But wavelength was the most important because that was showing you, retelling you what the definition of that was, which yesterday you guys got to see some of your colors. You'll get the rest of those today. So you'll get to do some of them, which is cool. You guys will get your colors, and we're going to transfer those into wavelengths, all right? That's our goal, all right? Okay. So number 6, circle the appropriate words to define this. So we're looking at only this section of the wave, right? So what did you say for long or short wavelength? Long, good. And high or low frequency? Low. High or low energy? So just a reminder, frequency and energy are directly proportional, directly related. Wavelength with any of the other ones is inversely related. Okay? Inverse. All right. Now we're looking at the ones that were a little crunched together. What did you guys say for longer, short wavelength? Short wavelength, which means what for frequency and energy? High and high. Good. Okay. So now we're going to take that wave and we're going to put the electromagnetic spectrum along it. So over here, who should you have started with? Definitely radio. Okay. And you had 2 ways that you could remember it. I also have the poster over there that tells you the whole spectrums if you ever just need to go there. But remember, when we look at it this direction, okay, in this order, remember that was where we said long, low, low, right? For long wavelength, low frequency, or energy, low frequency. Oh my gosh, I said it kind of backwards though. But low, low, long is what I taught you guys because it was supposed to spell out the word few or whatever, okay? And then over here, we're looking at short wavelength, high, high, right? Okay, so the important part was knowing that, okay? Knowing that if I put them in this order, that's what I'm talking about. So we had radio, then you had rabbits, meat, micro, so infrared, then we had visible, then you had ultraviolet, good. So one thing that we've kind of talked about was the infrared is before red. So red goes on that side, okay? Violet goes on the other side, okay? So UV, so ultraviolet. And then we had our X-ray, and then you had gamma. Good. Are there any questions about that? I think that one was pretty straightforward. All right, the one below it, though, is talking about that visible light spectrum. So we know that the visible light spectrum consists of the rainbow. So who did you put on the first line? If you put red, that is incorrect. It is violet. If you look at this, we're looking at our high frequency side. This means this is the gamma end, okay? So an easy way to kind of remember which order to put your visible, so that was one of your pre-lab questions, just so you know, and a lot of people really didn't do that one, where you had a color in your spectrum, but then you had to add the rest of the electromagnetic spectrum, because if you colored it in and you followed the words that were on it, it was flipped, right? So you actually should have been starting with gamma, okay? So just make sure you look at that today when you kind of go back to it, okay? All right, I think, unless I gave you the other version. I gave us that version. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so basically you guys had this little paper, and it started with violet down here, which means UV should go on this side. Over here you had red, so infrared was over here, right? Okay, so just be careful. Always look at that. But the easy way to remember it is red goes on radio. R goes to R. R goes to R. It's on that side of the spectrum, okay? So, all right, cool. So you should have had violet, and then blue. And technically there was one line for indigo, but I never include indigo. Blue, and then you have green, and then you had yellow. I love writing down, that's great. Orange and red, okay? All right, are there any questions about this? So pay attention to what which part the visible spectrum is going, right? Because we're all used to Roy G. Biv. Don't just rely on that. Think about it. All right, flip it over. Let's do 10 real fast, and we're going to knock out this quiz. So, which has a longer wavelength, microwaves or infrared? Microwaves. Good. So you were thinking of your electromagnetic spectrum like this, right? And so we're trying to figure out who was more to the left. Okay? So I'll kind of just put arrows above this to kind of help us out. And you guys know that looking at the notes, that's what I'm really referring to, right? How many of you guys did it without your notes? Anybody do it without it? Good, cool, awesome. Get yourself to that level, all right? But that's okay if you use your notes. That's fine. All right. Who has a lower frequency? So am I looking left or am I looking right? We're looking to the left. So you're looking here. So gamma versus X-ray. So we know gamma is on the end. X-ray is right here. So who had the lower one? X-ray. Good. Who has the higher frequency? Am I looking left or am I looking to the right? Definitely to the right. You're looking to the skinny waves. Okay. All right. So visible or ultraviolet? Definitely ultraviolet. Nice work. Which one has more energy? Am I looking left or am I looking right? Right. Good. So we're looking this way. So radio or infrared? Infrared. Good. Excuse me. That was rude of me. I'm sorry. Thank you for wearing yours. All right. Okay. Who has more energy? Red light or green light? Definitely green. Good. Which one has a higher frequency? Orange or blue? Blue. Good. Okay. So higher energy, higher frequency. And then which one has a shorter wavelength? Ultraviolet or X-ray? So which one is more to the right? Good. X-ray.